Hello everyone, Darren here, and welcome back to Satisfactory. Now in the last episode, I just showed the current build we have for the screw factory that we finished up in the last episode by just laying out some of the logistics. Now it's capable of making 1,080 screws per minute. We just actually have to set up the automation for vehicles to deliver both ore and take screws away. So that's really what we're going to be focusing on in this episode, and the reason of course we're doing that is so that we can advance the next couple of milestones, which require computers and heavy modular frames. Those two will let me get the advanced kind of logistics for piping, and then the eventual fuel generators. So then we'll have tons of power, and we can build even bigger factories. Alright, so in between episodes, I haven't actually been doing too much, just a little bit. I kind of went ahead and built a second truck, and then I ventured north, up to the oil refinery, picked up a bunch of fuel, just because we're going to need it for multiple trips that are going to be made here, and also just some extra things like plastics and all the stuff that was kind of being made up there. I was just getting backed up. So it's basically just full of fuel right now. We've got about 2,000 fuel in it, and I kind of distributed the rest of the stuff up to the top of the building to be made into circuit boards and a few other things. You may remember that circuit boards, heavy modular frames, are basically just being made right now by manual drop-off. So let's get organizing and automating. So we're going to drive this truck on our to-do list. The first thing to do is automate the ore path for this. So the first thing we'll do is open the record menu, hit start record, and then we'll just get driving. So we have to make our way over to the 2 iron ore facilities that I think I built them maybe 10 episodes ago or something like that, and just never did anything with it. We even built truck stops and everything, ready for stuff to be picked up, so now we're finally going to actually do that. So this path is not at all final. I do plan on eventually building roads for everything, and I think we'll build roads in the second half of the episode for picking up screws and delivering them just to here, basically, or maybe even moving this over somewhere. Because so many things are going to change. It's so hard to forward plan, like, I don't know, I just find it so hard to forward plan in the game properly, because it's always like, oh well, I can do this right now, but in 2 more milestones or another tier we can do X, Y, and Z, and then everything needs to change. But like, you have to kind of get to that point, right? So redevelopment is part of the game, I guess. So I don't know if you need to do this necessarily. It's been a long time since I've done automatic vehicle movement, and I've never done it for trains. I chose to manually, like, I actually clicked load to pick that stuff up. I don't know if the truck will automatically do that, and should I wait for the full thing? I don't know. I'm just going to wait for half. We're 2/3 loaded now, almost fully loaded. And I think I even said this place would be much better served if it was one actual joined operation. Anyway, so this truck holds 48 slots of inventory, so we should be full 48 now, all the way to the max. A lot of the miners in there are on impure nodes, so they're, you know, pretty slow to fill up, I guess, generally, but there is like 3 or 4 on either building. So I think that one truck is more than enough to deliver everything we need into this place. And again, this old iron refinery, it's all using the old equipment, all the old stuff. It doesn't even have windows. So that's a place that's probably going to have to update and change, and I'll probably get rid of that U-Jelly landing pad as well. Alright, but once we get this kind of set up, this allows us to then just feed the manufacturer a bit more manually and get our stuff made in the background. Oh nice, they have a little finishing sign now. They didn't used to have that. There we go, path recording completed. So I think what we do, I'll just hide the path, I don't like seeing them. Press Q and then go enable autopilot, and then we can just get out. Now of course, one thing that this thing doesn't have is any fuel, right? We need a way to automate giving it fuel so that it just goes forever. And if we just look here, we can just see it on the map, doing its little journey, which is nice. Such beautiful music. Makes me want to cry. Alright, so I'll just look up to the screen, to the roof, and just go automate ore path. That's done. It's basically automated. I know technically I'm not filling it with fuel, but I could just drop fuel in here, and the path is still automated. In fact, I'm going to do that. Just let it keep going with its fuel for a while. Okay, so let's make our way up to floor 3. That's where our pickup point is going to be. Alright, floor 3. Where the rods get made. Now floor 5 is where the screws get made, so that's kind of there where the screws can kind of come down. So this place is going to need basically like a little pathway that leads out to it. So I'm just going to grab the concrete from down here. I think floor foundation level 1 is fine. I'll just zoop all the way across. Oh, excuse me. Just like that. This needs to come out, I think, even beyond the pillar by 1. The way I want to kind of handle this. Again, I like to think I'm getting better with my factories each time I build one, but again, even with building something like this, you can already see like where I could be improving, what I could do better going forward in the future. But this is with the general layout that I've got for it, and people were really digging it, actually, so thanks for all the kind words. With the general layout of this, you know, this is going to protrude and come out a little bit, which actually might break up the kind of monotonous look to the place. I'm just trying to think, is this right? Kind of. What I really need now is underneath that one, a level 2. Yeah, there we go. And I can go all the way across. Right, so basically I want the road to be sunken in just a little bit like we've done downstairs. So we need a 1 and a 2 to make a 3, and that way we can shave off the top, as it were. Alright, so great. So basically this will just be asphalt now. At height 2, and that way it's also a bit thicker. I don't like seeing just like completely super thin roads. Yeah, nice. Alright, that goes all the way across. We can cut this now, cut this. Okay, there's our road. Pretty much. And this will be our platform to handle the truck stations facing inwards. And then maybe we could do some glass paneling and some windows here. So let's just finish that off while we're here. Let's do a doorway there. Doorway there. And I don't know, how many is this across? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 3 in. Do another doorway. Is that right? Gap of 2 between each one. Yep. Great. Alright, so with that, then we could do something a bit different. Let's try some different panels. Alright, cool. And then we'll just seal off the rest. Alright, let's take a look. Looks okay. Maybe you could even join that with Windows. I might experiment and see how it feels. See how it looks a bit later on. The reason I've done it different to there is like these go all the way up to the roof. So I feel like it's more like structural integrity. The steel hexagon frames. Whereas these are just like actual windows that go out to the rail. Well, not rail, sorry. The road where we're going to be picking things up. I don't know. Just in my head it kind of makes sense. So before I do the truck layouts... Oh no, actually I guess I'll do the truck layouts first, and then we can see where the logistics has to be fed to. So I was thinking, we have a 1 here, and then we have room for a 2, and then we could do it on the other side. The reason I want to do that is because we're making 1,080 per minute. So what's 1,080 divided by my max belt, which is 270? It's 4. Each truck station has 2 inputs, so I could do that. Right? We could feed in the 1080 if we just have 2 truck stations. So much like we pick up ore twice, I'm going to pick up screws twice, I guess, in one journey, if that makes sense. I don't know if you need to do that really, but I don't know. Something in me tells me that it should be done that way. I don't know, could be wrong. All right, let's I'm going to extend this out just like that. Extend this one out. The reason for that is just to give us the ability to build a truck station nicely. Actually, you know what? You need to come even further with it. Otherwise it gets too sunken in. Now, is that the plan? Just a 1 gap between the 2? Is that right? No. Yep. Okay, this seems good. Alright, good. Truck station. This is like one of the most finicky buildings ever to get right. And I think it has to come back even 1 more. There, I think. Yeah, that tucks it in nicely behind the thing. Alright, cool. So just do that again over on this side. Okay, great. Well, I'm right in the edge here. I gotta put down that railing. Nice. Okay, cool. So yeah, lots of space to navigate out the back side of this place if we want to. I guess technically you could get rid of it and just have the things coming down, but this should look good. So what I'm thinking actually here is we could put the floor holes here and bring down 4 belts pretty evenly. Let's go. It won't be able to go in the center, so maybe just offset slightly. Yeah. Something like that seems to make sense to me. So the input's there, and the other inputs are here. So let's go like this. This one can come down all the way. This one can come down to the height of that. So I think it's about there, is it? It's hard to tell. Okay. And then I guess we'll get our belt, drag it out, try to make it as nice and clean as we can. So it has to go in there. Is that straight? No, it's not. Alright, good. So that's the bottom. Do that on the other side as well. Stop snapping. I need to like not hold control. Do the opposite. Like some sort of button that says don't snap. Alright, so that's good. Looking clean. Looking pretty clean. So this will need to come out and do a very similar thing. Don't know if I can raise that, can I? You could just go like that. Does that slot in nicely? No, definitely not. Well, I guess it just needs a one of these. So that's where it wants to go to. Okay. You could just do that, but then again it would be kind of broken. So we need the conveyor, whatever stand thing, stackable pole. We look at the bottom like this, pop it down right there. Do the same for over here. And that should be what we need, I think. Let's just see. Long belt. Let's get the proper one. Alright, let's get some distance on this just to see. Does that look right? Yeah, it looks good. Clean. Cool. That worked out nice. Could have taken me a long time. I think I got it good on the first code there. Alright, so that is 270, 270, 270, 270, right? So that happens to work out at 1080. Nice, and that's everything we make on this side of the building. Of course, then there is the fuel pod that we could do something with. So basically, we have to go upstairs now and manage to get this split down. I don't think I'll be able to get the split right, which is probably the more complicated thing. Just hop up here for a second. Nice and smooth. So this is where we had the storage containers and all the different laneways of screws coming in. But I'm abandoning that idea now, because it was just temporary. Just get rid of the different lanes. I want the lanes to be all together. Be a little bit nicer looking, I think. So we'll do that just by putting the conveyor poles next to each other and then feeding the lanes together. Alright, good. But the problem is, every lane makes 240. So it's not as easy as just making 4 belts that go out, technically. Because there would have to be like a 1 in every lane. So that's why it's like, oh, in hindsight, you know, you do things a little differently. But for the sake of time and the way it is now, we'll just pull things out and try to add the final 3 to the final 1 or something. That might be basically fine, I guess. It means that it won't be totally even, but should look kind of nice the way it works. Okay. So yeah, this is the final lane here has 3, and every other lane is just like 1 short of what it would need to be, because screws make 40, so the best they can fit on 1 belt coming down from 1 lane is 240, rather than 270. If that makes sense. Does 270 go evenly into 40? I don't think so, right? No. Okay, I guess you could under or overclock to get it all to work out. So we'll start from this edge, and then feed our way down. So we'll just go like this. We know that it has to come 2. There we go. Alrighty. First one, straightforward. Can be deceiving, the lines, because it's trying to line up with the other belts as well sometimes. Ah. Guess I have to start from here, otherwise it doesn't know which way we're facing. Alright, along this line, and we just straighten it out. Bump, bump. And the final one. straighten this out as well. See? I was thinking what might be a cool pattern to use on the factory floor in front of those hypertubes would be that factory, like, don't move pattern. I don't have any color things with me right now, I don't think. Yeah, I'm missing the cartridge, but that would look good there, I think. Just like a little, like, hey. Oh my god, excuse me. A little warning to say, you know, you're getting a little close. Alright, so we have to join to that one. So what we basically need to do is we'll grab a elevator that's going to face that way. Grab another elevator that'll face that way, but maybe it's raised. Grab an elevator that's faced this way, and then do the same, but this one will have to be actually raised. A mistake. And that way we should just be able to get them lined up on two sort of belts, I think. So, conveyor stackable pole again. Might need a bit more distance on it, something like that. So this can work on the bottom. So, oh right, okay. So we can actually bring that down a bit if you want it to look a little bit nicer. So that's where it was. Bring it to there. That really doesn't seem high enough, but okay. I mean, I guess so. Yeah, I guess it is the same height. The belt will just be kind of clipping right over the edge of that. We'll see how that looks. Doesn't seem to have an issue with it. Okay. We can see the truck station has a little thing here. Don't mind that. Don't be that guy or girl to say there's something up with that. We all know it's fine. It's like literally have to redo the entire factory now. Alright, we'll just join that one up. Simple as. We get our conveyor stackable, I guess, to go like here. I'm just trying to think. So this has to come down straight and then turn and go up. Yeah, that's fine by me. It can just turn on a conveyor pole. Alright, we just basically add all these up together. Do something like this. Hopefully this doesn't look too weird, does it? Oh, that looks really weird. Okay, so that's not going to work. Well, we just have to raise it beforehand, I guess. Oh god, it's not even straight. Damn it. I'm just going to literally raise the pole that it's on. And I want to do it just a bit quick, yeah, a bit sooner. So I'm such an idiot. I'm so sorry. Alright. Let's do this again. There we go. Like this. This one stays at the height it's at. It's straight. Good. This one gets raised. And it needs to be 2 out. Boom. And then that connects. And then that connects all up. So that way it just, I don't know, looks a little bit nicer, right? That's all we need to do with the other one as well. To keep things even, maybe I'll do that with this one. So it would need to go out there, so it just needs another one of these. Okay, so the one thing I've forgotten, obviously, is to attach this one in somewhere. So it's going to need a merger on the bottom. Just wait for the autosave. Good. So yeah, just need a little merger right in the center here, and just going out the same way. That should be fine. So I think this is where it could be like, oh yeah, these rates aren't really adding up, but I don't know. I'm kind of overthinking about it now. I think considering we're waiting on trucks to pick things up, it's not the worst thing ever to have a little bit of a backlog, but it should be flowing pretty much freely, I think. Alright, there we go. So kind of messy, but that is us bringing all of these down together on the main bus, leveling them up, bringing them up a level, and then all out down that way. The reason I've raised them is just because there wasn't enough space for belts to all fit here. Like the same 4 going across. It's too wide. 5 really, so Looks nice though, and it gives us walking space within the place, which is kind of cool. You could like rail it off, I suppose. Industrial railing is what I've been using. We'll just face it this way. Run down here. I like to put the railing in front here because when we come through, you often get flung right onto belts or into machines. So when you come through now, you just hit the rail. It's fine. Alright, good. There we go. Nailed it. So let's just go back up to our platform floor. Or down to it, rather. Oh, I just realized none of the machines are on, even though we deposited stuff. That's because something I forgot to do was actually add power breakers to everything. So I've added one and just hooked it up. I'll probably add power breakers to the other floors. This will basically turn on the whole building. Pretty much. And that lets us get our ore going. They're going to go obviously upstairs, so we could just have a little quick look at it running once more. I like to look at it. There we go. I fixed this bridge, by the way. I lowered it down using the road barriers to help me get the kind of right angle. Nice. Obviously, you can see that going up. There's a great comment in the previous episode saying like, oh, at the very top where we don't have a belt, we could potentially just put a small pillar with the good on top of it as a sort of a statue. I don't know if I'll do that in the mirrored area, although it's a good idea. I love that idea just in general. I never thought of it before, but so just to show what they meant. I don't know if other creators have done this. I'm sure someone probably has. But this is basically it. So it's like, oh, we make screws here. I actually don't think I have any screws on me right now. So I'll just, I don't know. Plastic is kind of the same. So you just do something like that. If I just step to about here, and there we go, and you can get rid of it. I don't know, it doesn't look the best maybe, but I love the idea. Especially if you've got something a bit bigger, like rotors or something else, they can stand out. And if you position that correctly, it's kind of cool to say like, oh, it's just like a pillar, you know, holding like the good that you make. Cool little idea for like a statue. I'm sure there's like also other things maybe that might make it look a bit better, like you just putting it literally on like a little platform. Stuff like that, I don't know, I just thought it was a cool idea. So appreciate that comment. Alright, so up we go with that stuff. This is our next logistical floor, which is obviously largely empty. Go to floor 3. And we can see the iron rods going up, no problem. So this is the one up above is making screws. Alright, so some screws are getting made now, and then they come back down, back out to the truck station. So there isn't really anywhere nice to look at them, the screws flowing. Although I can kind of see it just now, just coming out that way, is it? Yep, there they are. And I assume they're just going to get backed up. Right, we have to hook this place up to power. Might do a bit of a lazy power job on the first go here, and maybe I'll clean it up in between, but just to get it running. Oh, you can hear our truck is dumping stuff again for the... Yeah, there it is. Dropping in more ore. Love to see it. Alright, cool. So yeah, we have to hook up the power... the truck... God damn it. Truck... What are they called? Truck stations to power so that they actually take in the resource to begin with. It's like I said with the manifold thing. You can't really trick the system by feeding it and making it full beforehand. You just have to power on to even take things in. So yeah, I don't know. Let's just extend this out to here. Is that right? Nice and straight, and then this can just go like right here. I'll make a double wall outlet, I suppose. That's something else people have told me about before, which is cavity walls for power leads and stuff. It's pretty tempting to have all your power, even on a 1 inch you know, the tiniest gap, a 1 meter gap between floors. Like, I wouldn't even be able to walk it, but that's where you could hide your cables as well, to an extent. Okay, so yeah, we basically just need to power over there. Whoops. Now, I'm going to be powering lights up here as well at some point. So it doesn't have to be, like, super, super clean. So let's just go, I don't know, about to there. This can go straight across to here. I can just power that, and this can be powered right here. And there we go. Screws are being fed, just like that. So in between episodes I did run around all the screws we gathered from before, just dumped it in manually over there. So we're making heavy modular frames at the moment. So I might run over and have a look at what the current milestone is and how much we need. We might be able to advance it already, just for fun. Cool, sweet. Look at that, looks nice, doesn't it? Yes. 270 coming down, smooth. So it'll be interesting to see, if we just hop downstairs, there's still ore coming out of that, look at that. Yeah, it's full. Oh my god. Our burn rate for those 2 ore deposits, look at this, it's back already. Whoa, careful. Man, who drove that? Jeez. There we go, so it's just full up again. Hell yeah. How much fuel's in here now? We're already getting low on fuel. Let's give it a bit more. Almost wish I could set a condition like don't leave until you're empty. That would be kind of cool. Don't know if trains can do that or not. I would assume so. Alrighty, so back down we go. So what we need to do now, so that's automating the ore path and making the pickup point. This is the pickup point. So that's done. So now we need to automate a screw path. But of course that requires building a road. So I was thinking what I'd probably do here is extend this out. I don't know, 2 or 3. And then just cut across right over there. I cleared some of the stones already. So it might be kind of ugly looking at first, but I'll probably change it eventually. I imagine I'd change it not even in that long of a time. I just need a bit more time to lay out, I guess, where things are going to have to really travel to. Something like that. And then the other side's going to have to do the same. I just realized I'm just going to make the bottom look a little bit nicer. Let's hop down. And then I need to grab concrete, turn on my lights, go to tier 2, and just add in a nice thick layer at the bottom, just to make it look a bit chunkier. Yeah, good. Now, I don't actually like seeing the road at the bottom. Maybe that's just me. But I would change that. Is this... I can't even see if there's a gap here. It doesn't look like there is. No, yeah, that must be a 2. I'll just check on this side. Yep, that's totally fine. Yeah, so, annoyingly, I'm gonna get rid of this. Just get rid of that for a second, and then we'll put in the level 1 at the bottom, and put the 2 on the top. Or the 1 on the top, I guess. So that's just like a concrete base now. Just, I don't know, just from the bottom it means like, oh, we're not directly seeing where the road is. And we'll carve away this. Build a new one just further out to make it look like it's actually supporting this place properly a bit. Alright, cool. So there we go. Yeah, I need to hook up the lights. It's nighttime, so it would be nice to see it. So let's try and do that now, actually. Still haven't actually turned them on. So these are all hooked up to each other. And then one of them has to go across, I guess. That's so ugly. There's got to be a nicer way of doing that. I guess just up to the roof and then across or something. So it's not hanging over the road. So they're connected together. Just trying to find where this goes. They're all connected together. Let me just test it. Turn this on. There we go. I mean, you could put a light switch on this and start controlling the color and stuff, but if I turn off my light, there we go. That's the proper scenic view. I need to change where the power comes in. There's so much that needs to happen. It's crazy. But yeah, it looks nice. It's all lit. So we can, I guess we'll show it. I haven't shown it before. I did look at it briefly, not for this place though, when I was thinking of doing lights inside once before. Better just get out of the way. Where is it? Organization, light control panel. So if we had the light control panel just like here, and we cut this tether, and we tethered into that. Let me just do it this way. Tether into that, bring this up to the first light. There we go. So now this controls that entire network for the lights. Let me just test it. I'll switch to red. Are they all red? Yeah. So there we go. Good. So there we go. So yeah, you can change the intensity. Let's see if I can get some sort of angle while I'm doing it. Can I move this? No. So you can change the intensity of it, change the color. Night mode. So I guess they only come on at night, I suppose. That's probably what that means. A teal color might be kind of nice. Or like, I like a warm kind of orange. Yeah, perfect. A warm kind of orangey glow. And then we can see that there's actually no light over this particular drop-off spot. It would be great. I don't know if there's a mod that does it. The lights in the game, they're cool, but they're huge. And I get that maybe my scale just needs to increase, but I would love it if they added like little LEDs or something that didn't need maybe a direct wire for each one of them, but as long as there's a power source nearby or something, they could get it. Like, I don't know. It would be cool. I'm guessing there's probably mods that add like tons of lights and stuff. I know people use signs for lights as well. Alright, well anyways, that's that. All powered on, looking swanky. And we'll just go, I don't know, we'll just call it, can we name this? It doesn't look like it, unless I'm missing it. Yeah, okay. So night mode is on, that's the color. We need to bring the intensity down. It's almost daytime now. It's getting brighter on its own. I'll leave the intensity at like 50. Alright, cool. There we go, we did it. Wasn't even on the to-do list. So now we need to extend the road and continue that. Let me just hop back up the proper way by taking the hypertube. Screws are still going in. So obviously nothing is picking this stuff up yet. And we need our 1 meter high road to come in here. And this is just going to be a very small closed loop, quote unquote, for now. Alrighty, let's get our railing down. I love that it's 10 across, just feels good. Feels right. And then we could put maybe road barriers at the bottom just to give it a little accent. This, I guess, is half the length of a foundation because it requires 20. This place could do with lights as well. Maybe I'll try and do that in between episodes, seeing as we've now seen how it's done. Alright, good, yeah. Looks nice. So we could obviously, if I get the color cartridges, I could just bounce up really quickly to... Well, we'll do that when the road's done. Bounce up to the top level, and then we could lay out the actual, I guess, dotted lines or something if we wanted to. Not that we really need to, but it can look a little bit nicer doing that. You could even put lights all along the road itself. So ideally, this is going to come down somewhere. And the manufacturers are over there. So I need to design a drop-off point that this truck will automate in a circle on. It's going to be on this like closed tiny loop thing. But it'll get the ball rolling. So let's just check this machine. It looks like it's stopped. So I'll just see what's wrong. You're out of screws. Maybe I'll just pick up some manually and then drop them in here. How much have we gotten made? 129. Okay, that's not bad. Do I have any on me? Actually don't. Well, I suppose the best way is just to drive our truck over the first time ourselves. So, yeah, let's make a truck drop-off point then. We'll just bring this out. Don't worry about the grass and stuff. Like I said, this place is going to change for sure. Until we get the next couple of milestones, ain't changing yet. Alright, so truck station. And this is where it comes out. So this will be the screws. Alright, and that needs its power. Which, for some reason, lazily comes from there. Oh. Didn't do the line join thing. Whatever. Alright, good. So this is power operational load unload. It's gonna unload. Yep. It's going to be unloading screws that are going to flood into here. That's going to go straight into there, and that should continue production. Great. Everything's great. Alright, so we just basically need now to join this up to here in some way. Can we do that? Actually, it looks like it's perfectly able to do it. Alright, great. Okay, and now we'll maybe add a ramp that goes down. Now, I might need to get more ramps, because I don't really have many. Is that going to look really weird? Yeah, I think I need a level 2 one. Okay, let's just push this back once. I can't believe that this whole place has been built with just one concrete miner. It's kind of crazy. Everything I've built has been... all the concrete I've ever used has just come from one. And it's an impure limestone node. It's funny because people comment on the first episode all the time still, and they're like, that's not going to be enough. It's like, well, apparently it is. For a very long time. I've got like 60 hours of the save now, so... Granted, I'm not like pro, but it's obviously doing just fine. Alrighty, let's continue this. So unfortunately with the road barriers, they can't be done diagonally. So I guess when the thing comes down, we'll just have a railing or something. I was going to have a railing on top. Hey, there's our other truck. Alright, so we'll grab this, we'll extend it to 2 in height. We'll go out 2 maybe, and then take a hard bank left. This isn't going to look horrible at all. And effectively it just needs to join up over there. We're at the same height as that, so we know that roughly should be the same amount of ramps. Our first little highway. So how many is that? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 high. Okay, that's not too bad. Just wait for the autosave. And we're good. So it needs to come even more. Oh my god. And get rid of that zip line. Okay, cool. So that's where we need to go across. Good. I'll just extend it all the way out, why not? And then we'll just correct it where it needs to come down. Okay, good. Looking good. Maybe cut it back there. Let's go with ramp 2, and down we go. So that'd be a bit rough. We need to go back at least maybe 2. And then I might just access the awesome shop really quickly and just correct this so it doesn't look so jagged. And then we can put pillars on the bottom and stuff to make it look a bit nicer. Let's just do that really quickly then. So awesome shop just up there. We have 30 tickets. I'm not sure how many's in there. I have 30 tickets in a box. I'm gonna guess 10? 14. Alright. More than I guessed. Take that, go to the awesome shop, and inverted something something ramp. Inverted corner ramp pack, quarter pipes. Inverted ramp pack, that's the one. It looks so weird. I'm being kind by saying the word weird. Alright, so the inverted ramp, can it be... It actually can't be asphalt because asphalt only ever shows... Well, actually it does show on the bottom, but I don't know why you're not allowed to do that. I wonder could you just paint it asphalt after the fact. Let's see if this works. Oh, yes. Oh, so nice. Neat. Excellent. Great, great, great. That was so much easier than I thought it had to be. I didn't think I'd be able to, like... Well, maybe I've spoken too soon now. There we go. Yeah, I can't seem to do it from there. Okay, well, whatever. Oh, I see why. Well, kind of. Not really, actually. Why can't I do this? It won't let me just rotate in. Every time I try to rotate it, it turns. Yeah, it like goes on top. There we go. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, just to cap this off, let's do that. Remember, this is totally temporary, I promise. But the idea of this like 2-lane highway is probably something I will use. Is that good? That seems fine. I guess if I'm being really picky, maybe I could push this back one layer. Do I need to do that? Nah, I think given the temporary nature of it, we'll just drive down, turn, and then go back up. I think it's okay. Just to make things more certain though, let's do a road barrier here. So let's just get automating this route right now. We need to drive that this thing up. So, I'm just thinking. Yeah. I can make this a refueling station. The other one's not going to come by it though. I could easily just like load fuel into this automatically in a box. I think I might just make. I don't know. Don't know how I'm going to fuel these without a proper little fuel station. I mean, I'll probably just dump fuel into the things manually for a little while. As annoying as that is for probably a lot of people. That's kind of the way it's going to be for a bit. So let's just jump down here real quick. So this thing is way too much in its inventory to start the pickup route just now. I need to just like put that fuel somewhere. So give me this fuel. 100. Sort. Put it back. Give me that fuel. Just gonna really quickly. Yeah, actually, I got an idea. Something like that. So it's gonna refuel every time this thing comes by. It's actually not fueling now, but anyway, it doesn't really matter. The fuel's gonna go in there. I've got a box here. Oh, wow, I've got a box here. Nice. Actually, totally forgot about that. So there we go. Fuel is going in. So at least that truck is good for a long time delivering the ore. The one picking up the screws, maybe I just won't automate it yet, and I'll just make these manual deliveries because it doesn't really need to be automated that early. I could just make another box with fuel in it, I suppose. And that'll just keep me going for a while. That way I only have to load the boxes. Because obviously the annoying thing with trucks is if they stop, they could be anywhere. Oh, just destroyed a bearing nut thing. They could stop anywhere. You have to go find them and then refuel them, which is annoying. The main idea is that I set up a fuel station, right? And I have a truck go back and forth between the place where we make it. But knowing that I'm going to make fuel generators, it's like I just know that everything has to change. So it's the number one thing that's kind of like stopping me from wanting to do a lot. Alright, let's drive this path, and that should be automated for a little while. Automated barring fuel. I guess I'll actually start... Yeah, start up at the screw factory. Oh my god, this place definitely needs barriers and stuff. So once I just set it up, then we'll just put these barriers down, just protect it. Alrighty, so I'll say just here is where we're going to start. Now before I do, oh yes. Alright, good, it's set to load. Let's go record, start recording. Break, load. Alright, let's go. Alright, good. Obviously this factory is manifold, so one side is going to have more screws coming down than the other for a little while. It's going to take it nice and easy down here. Nice and easy. Oh, it actually has a hatch in the roof? That's cool. I never noticed that. Right, so that should be the screws pretty much unloaded. And then we just continue and hit the finish line. It's nice seeing the other truck pulling in as well at the same time. It's cool. Nice and easy. Take your time. Alright, path recording completed. So open record menu. I'll just say hide the path. Enable autopilot. There we go. So while it's doing that, let's put down the rest of the barriers and just make sure that hopefully it doesn't fall. Alrighty, there we have it. So basically, I've just gone around and added a bunch of railing and all of these kind of support pillars, you know, just to support the road for our little journey here. But yep, the path seems to be automated. Of course, just automated. Obviously, we have to dump in fuel manually. But other than that, screws are flowing back and forth to the manufacturer, the one manufacturer we have right now. And of course, we can see just like an absolute ton flowing down over here all the time. Looks great. And then below, we have a truck pulling in. Just missed it, actually. It's just pulling through now. Delivering the ore. So it's all going very well, I must say. It's working as intended. No collisions, no issues. I thought they were going to maybe run into that pole, but it basically narrowly avoids it, so... yeah. Simple little mini setup, mini little highway setup. It's so cool. I love seeing it. It's so weird looking to see the trucks driving around. It just makes you feel like I'm playing like a multiplayer or something. But anyway, so let's go check. I need to just toggle that. So that's basically everything I had for the to-do. But the other things I have for the to-do are to actually advance the milestones and then probably switch out making heavy modular frames here and instead make computers. So I imagine I'll just deliver that stuff in myself. So heavily modular frame. Oh, wow. That's what I'm talking about. 151. Love to see it. How's this doing for its stuff? Yeah, it's got everything. It's cranking them out. Love to see it. Alright, we'll just make a dash back over real quick. Let's see what the next phase of our milestone requires. Probably requires a few other things, but I did, like I said at the beginning, save up some plastic that I pulled from the northern factories. I also noticed that our motor factory is completely backed up, and this iron refinery is almost completely backed up, and if I unback them up, power trips. So I'm actually at my limit for what we can really do. So, pipeline logistics, pipeline engineering. We've got expanded power infrastructure. That's going to require computers. This one requires 50, 400, 400, and 1,000. So let's do that. We can dump this stuff in. So basically, all the copper plating or sheeting that we have, plastic, rubber, and modular frames. Let's just go grab the extra bits of that. So, what do we need? 200 more... oh no, is it all gone? Oh no. It all got used up. Crap. Yeah, they both did. I mean, I guess that's good. We probably have a lot of circuit boards as a result. Damn, we're gonna have to make a trip out and get some of that plastic. That is a lot of circuit boards now. Pretty happy with that. So, we could switch, while I'm waiting, from modular frames. Seems like we've got enough now. Could switch modular frames to instead now make computers. And then we'll make a little trip up to the oil fields and see if we can grab the extra bits that we need, the extra plastic. So yeah, let's see. Select recipe, computer. Oh, this requires plastic. Yeah, it looks like we need to go up there, actually. It's kind of interesting. I'll have to make a new truck and just load it up with plastic and bring it back with me. And fuel. And it requires regular modular frames. Okay, you keep making the heavy ones then. I'm going to, first of all, make this extra truck. Which we need rubber for. Just have to go back up there and grab rubber real quick. Alright, cool. Let's make the trip. Should be pretty quick. And we can let our things do their business in the background for a while. So we have 92 fuel. I know the route should be fairly straightforward. I've done it a few times now. Alrighty, we are here. So first thing I need to do is load up on fuel and then grab plastic. And that's pretty much everything we need up here. Oh my god, wow. This is more than I expected. I mean, if I want to make a lot of plastic, Yeah. Oh, I guess I could carry both back. We can load up the truck and load up my inventory. Yeah, that's fine. Got lots of room. So there we go. Still room for more. Excellent. So this is going to be polymer resin. We've got fabric over there, which should be basically full as well. And here we've got rubber. I suppose we could take both. Take all the rubber. Take the plastic. Of course, we don't have much plastic because we make a lot of the containers. Yeah, not as much plastic as I thought. Oh well, it's what we got. We'll have to bring it back. Alright, so just gonna make the journey back and then we'll start like setting up the computers. Alrighty, we're basically back now, descending into the valley. Just thought we'd continue now in case we see some of the trucks going by on the little highway. There we go, you can actually see one in the distance, raised up above everyone. So I'm just going to pull up here, we'll dump some of the fuel into this area so that it can keep these trucks going and everything. Oh my god, what are you doing? Go forward. Okay. I don't know what it's doing. I'm a little nervous. I saw it make round trips no issues, and now it's like... Oh? Yeah, it like corrected itself. Oh, I've never seen that before. What is wrong with this truck? Because it certainly isn't my layout. I think we can all agree that my layout is pretty damn good. It's so weird that it would do it fine a few times, and then another time it'll get stuck. You think it'd just be the same every time. Smooth. Okay, right. Well, smooth. Let's dump some of the fuel back up here, which I'm not carrying any of right now. Good job, Darren. Let's hop into the back of this. Let's pick up basically all the fuel. Basically throw most of the fuel back into this. I want to throw some of it into the actual place that we have. Oh, there is more than enough. Okay, cool. We'll do both. I forgot how big my inventory is now. Feels good, man. So, now I actually forgot. Didn't I already? I thought I already clicked that off. Maybe I didn't save it. There we go. So the screw path is automated. So that's what were we doing? Oh yeah, plastic. I have to bring the plastic up north, up above. That truck can stay there, right? I don't think it has anything. Let me just check. I've such a terrible memory. It's got nothing in it. The truck is basically ready to just be used for myself. Okay, cool. So, this is still making heavily modular frames. I'm going to switch it to computers. I need to save 200 of the plastic for myself. So let's switch to computers. Plastic, cable, and circuit board. So, screws are going in just the same as before. Plastic, cable, and circuit board. So let's pick this up. Plastic. Let's take 200. That's interesting. Let's take the belt away, I guess. Plastic, cable, and circuit board. So cable. So just take this away. Alright, cool. It's fine. It's doing what it needs to do. So that's the important thing. Well, the straightforward part is just I gotta pick up cable and copper sheeting. The copper sheeting just needs to go into the... Oh my god, I've only got one fuel left. Oh shit. How interesting this thing sticking out here. So what do I need? 1,000. It's more than enough. It's wire and then cable. Let's take as much as that as possible, right? Is that everything? Yeah. Alright, cool. So I'm basically out of fuel. We'll have to just jump across. Might be enough to get me. No, that's not going to be enough. Alright, good. So, let's get rid of the copper sheeting. Advance that milestone. Finally, Pipeline Engineering Mark II ready for launch. Go. Get the hell out of my face.
Milestone reached. Improved pipelines and pumps can now be constructed, capable of handling increased throughput of any fluid, as well as providing increased pressure handling for better vertical transport, respectively.
Excellent, so our pipes can now handle more, basically. Right, so we have the plastic, we have the screws. Just need the other things. Did I get rid of the belts? I didn't think. Jeebus. Okay, so circuits and cable. So that's computers. That's how you do the game. You don't automate anything. You just run around like a headless chicken, forgetting everything you're doing, with trucks crashing into each other, and then just load everything into one big machine. And then wait. Alright, so at least that's computers. That should allow me to get to the next stage now. We have the heavy modular frames we need. Inventory's clear. I can pick all my crap back up. I do need to just do one last thing, which is drop the fuel back into the screw factory. Yeah, I don't know why it comes down at that angle. I guess this needs to turn before that happens, but oh well. Thought I gave it enough space when it... Oh my god, that was so freaky. I didn't know what that was. Alright, so being back here, let's just pick up what we can. Try to pick up all of this, dump the fuel back in. Pick up all of this, dump the fuel back in. Yeah. Alright, so I don't need the rubber, I don't need that. I'll take just a little bit of each just in case. We'll take all the fuel, take all the fuel out of here. And I'll just have to make one more trip up here to get that rest of that stuff. So this will be the last time doing this, for at least for a while. But this is why obviously you need to automate fuel. Fuel is automated, just doesn't get delivered down here. So I'm just going to fill up that box with fuel, and that means these things should just keep going for quite a while. But as painful as that little last bit was, this has been quite an enjoyable, fun episode, building that road and watching the trucks go around, I thought. I'll just take a couple hundred for myself, for my jetpack, or whatever. There we go. Alright, so that's now full of fuel. This thing will be going for quite a while. This is full of iron ore. Despite the kind of janky trucks or whatever, they're doing their job, delivering things all the time. And this is filling up every time it makes that trip. So I just want to hop back in really quickly. You can actually save the path. So this is ore path 1, I guess. I don't know. And then if you go load path, you can actually look at the trip it makes, can't you? Yeah, there we go. We can see the journey it takes. That's cool. I just thought that'd be interesting to show. Is autopilot enabled? Yep. Off you go. Keep doing your thing. Alright, let me just pick up the rest of my stuff. We're going to have a look at the next milestone, what's required for it. And I'm pretty sure I'll just be able to wait a little bit between episodes, just a tiny bit. I might correct some things with that road. And then we'll have enough to advance the last 2 milestones. I just got to make sure of that. And that'll allow me to then go look for... We'll probably go back up to the oil fields and do stuff to do with, you know, fuel generation and all of that. And then I can set up a proper manufacturing facility. That's kind of what I've been waiting for. So monorail technology requires steel. We've got all of that. We have enough heavy modular frames. We just need 50 computers. And then expanded power. That's really what I want. So 100 computers, 50 frames. Let's just start handing in these things now. Actually, we can't for 7 minutes. So that's gone. Let's get rid of that box. Just trying to think of all the other little bits that I want to keep. Wasn't the best idea just unloading the containers and just loading myself up and weighing myself down basically. But yeah, so we've basically got everything we need. We just need to wait for the computers. So I gotta double check. I'm guessing that I'll have to just make another delivery of plastic myself, and then I need to start kind of thinking about how's this fuel situation going to work out. I might spend an episode doing like upgrading the coal power, because I'm at my limit for power. It might not look like it, but 2 factories are powered down right now because they're full. At least screws are just getting delivered here and being sucked down so hard. So what's in this machine right now? Or in this? It's not even unloading anymore. Is that just because this is full? Ah, so this is full. Oh yeah. So of course there is two. Oh my god. There's like 2 outputs here. I could just be feeding it even faster, but it's not needed yet. But eventually, if we had a lot of manufacturers on the go, then yeah, that would be needed. So 2.5 computers per minute. I guess I could overclock and just like let this thing consume power. 55 megawatts. And just like get it going even quicker. How much power would 200% do you think take? It's at 55 now. It'd probably be like 120. That's my guess. Let's have a wait. 10 more percent. 55 up to 166. Oh my days. But that is 5 per minute. That's so much power for one manufacturer. Oh my god. It's fine though. Alright, cool. We've made 11 computers. We got 22 modular frames. And I have to wait to get 100 of those. There they are as well. I've never actually seen them. It's my first time seeing little computers. I don't know why you'd ever need an actual... Oh, I guess there's reasons for it. I was going to say an actual computer. Surely the circuit boards are enough for whatever you need to do. But anyway, I don't know. Trying to apply logic. Oh man, there's so many things. It's crazy. And then you have to fully automate computers. We have automated wiring. We have circuit boards. We need a circuit board factory, so I'm not just like dumping things up there. That's where a lot of my plastic initially went. The amount of plastic I'm going to need. Oh my god. That's why I want that power, so I can like finally upgrade. But it might be the case that we just really need to invest in even more coal. Because with all the belts that I've got now, I can actually get almost 3 times as much coal as I'm getting right now. So we could at least double our power, at least, I think, just with the systems we have in place now. Might not be worth the effort trying to like struggle to get to the next stage. I'm just trying to think. So there's that's pipelines and the jetpack. Expanded power gives me the next belts. I do really need that. I really, really want that. 480 resources per minute. That's the last belt as well, isn't it, I think? So then we can just leave it. And that's, you can feed machines with double inputs with basically 1,000 per minute then. Alright, I guess that's going to be it for this episode. A bit of a chaotic one towards the end at least, but I'm quite happy with overall what's happened. I might put the dotted lines down. I just need to get my color cartridges. Which I've got a bunch of flower petals left in my hub at the moment. Good, and then our street lights are coming on down on the bottom floor, looking nifty. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with the place. It's still very concrete heavy, I suppose, but other than that, pretty good. And the ore is just constantly streaming in now. Great. Alright, that's going to be it for this episode. Thank you very much for watching. Leave me as much advice as you like, and I'll see you in the next one. Hey guys, thank you very much for watching, and remember, if you want to support the channel directly, you can click the join button to become a channel member. Doing so will get your name in the credits, as well as loyalty badges and emotes to use in the comments. You'll also get exclusive access to my Discord, where there's dedicated channels for each series I'm doing, and it's a great place just to meet others and make some friends.